And welcome back to the Quirk Creation Series. Today's Quirk Creation Series comes from Jonathan Johnson, who asked the question, what is the quirk of Danny Phantom, the boy who turned into the ghost boy? And that's just it. His quirk is going ghost. Let's be honest. His quirk, going ghost. What else could his quirk be? By shouting it out. No, it's not by shouting. He has to focus, obviously. And he gains pretty much his ghost-like abilities. He can fire ectoplasm-like energy. He can fly, go through walls. He has a number of his ghost abilities. Arguably, you could say he has all of them, although I would probably say one of the few ones he probably doesn't have is the Sonic Whale, just because I don't think that one really makes sense in the context of a My Hero. But things like the cryokinesis, because ghosts zapping energy out of the atmosphere, that actually makes sense. Duplication makes sense. Obviously, intangibility. I don't know if we'd add possession on there. I think possession we could take off too. Sonic Whale, I just don't think adds up, at least in the My Hero context. All of his other abilities he'd have. He'd also have enhanced strength, durability, speed, all that. The question isn't what his quirk does. It's, can I think of a weakness for this quirk? Because most quirks have some limitation or drawback to them if you overuse them. So what is the drawback or limitation of this quirk? I would imagine, because he can still stay solid in that form. I would think that it's maybe taxing on his mental state, his physical state to keep in that form for more than a few hours if he has to, or maybe more like a couple 30 minutes some odd to a time, where he just has to change back. Because maybe if he stays like that too long, he won't be able to turn back into his normal form. Maybe he'll stay in that form. And if he stays in that form for too long, maybe what will happen is he can't solidify for very long. Maybe he actually has to focus to stay solid in that form. Otherwise, he really does turn into a ghost and he just kind of floats away. And if he's not focusing, if he can't refocus, or if he's in that form for too long, he will eventually turn into an actual ghost and just be done. You know what? I think that's actually a really good draw, because it's kind of like Mirio's quirk, where he really has to focus on the parts of his body that turn intangible, and he can't breathe. All of his senses are cut off when he does that. So I think that works well. Like, he can't stay in that form for maybe more than 15 minutes at a time initially in the series if we had him in there, which I think I got a what if where he's in the My Hero world. And as he trains to stay in there longer, he gains a longer time limit, all that. So yeah, and then he has to turn back, and I don't think he can immediately turn back into Danny Phantom. I think he would maybe need to spend an equal amount of time in his normal form to just acclimate back to his body. So that's actually not a bad limitation we can instill on there, I think. What other weakness could you think that would work for this type of quirk? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.